back. I thought now that it's getting warmer out, we would do a little spring refresh. Even though my place arguably is very springy because I have a lot of nature kind of vibes and aesthetic, there are a few knickknacks that I've thrifted over the years that I just love adding because they're pastel vibes, they're flower and floral, and I feel like just gets you in the mood for springtime. Now you probably guess what are we doing first? Yep, another frame. My mom gave me one that was in my dad's office that he retired and no longer needs. And I went to Staples, printed out a photo. So we're gonna go assemble that. The frame that my mom gave me, it is my dad at his graduation when he finished his master's. Honestly, I feel really bad taking it apart, but she assured me that he no longer wants it. And he's retired now. And it's nice to reuse a frame so that it doesn't end up in the landfill, especially because it's wood, which you know is my vibe. And it also has a beautiful blue matting that we are going to be keeping in the frame. A moment to commemorate my dad's little photo. So you're probably thinking, what are we gonna put in there? I printed two photos. I guess they're technically the same photos. I just printed it twice because I didn't know what would fit in here the best. I don't think either of them are gonna fit that well, which is why I ended up printing them twice. So we printed this gorgeous 4x7, but I thought it was gonna be too small, and it definitely is too small. But then when it printed out on paper, it's too big. Like, a lot of it will be cut off, but also that's kind of beautiful. Okay, I was really worried. The one thing I don't love about Staples is that when you go to print it, you can't choose the size of your prints. I'm sure maybe if I put it on a document and like downsize it, I could, but I just always download it from Pinterest and go and print it out. And honestly, sometimes then you end up having to cut off parts of the frame that you really love. But this doesn't actually look too bad. I think I'm just gonna like trim the edges so it can slide in there and put it together. Perfect. Let's see. I think I might trim it so it comes down a little bit like that, so it doesn't cut off right up there. That'll be pretty. Now that I have the photo too, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I did also think about doing like an interesting double thing where the photo kind of trippy, which actually is a fun vibe, but I just don't know if it matches my aesthetic. Okay, that turned out a lot better than I thought. I was so worried that it blew it up way too much and it wasn't gonna look good in there, but that looks really good. I'm just gonna go in and tape it to the matting so that it doesn't move around when we have it hanging on the wall. I always love to use a knife, like a butter knife, for these nails just because like they hurt your fingernails or fingers, and the knife is a lot stronger to go down. Okay, how much do we love this? I really love the blue in the water and the blue matting, and then even like the cliff matches the brown hues in the frame so incredibly well. So I'm actually so happy with how that turned out. Let's go see if we can find a spot on my wall because it is almost full. Okay, where I envision it is right up there. So I brought my chair over. Let's see if it's gonna fit. You like that? It's a little smaller than I thought it was gonna be up here. Like I thought it was gonna take up more room, but I do like that it builds up the wall since we have so much going on down below. My second option will be down here. I think because these are a lot smaller and those ones are small/big, I'm gonna go with up top just because I like to have them like scattered around for sizing, just so it doesn't look like all small and all big. So let's go grab the hammer. We have a hammer and the smallest nail that I could find. I need to get smaller nails. Mine for some reason are like freakishly long. I don't even know why. Okay. I did decide to go over a bit. I know it may look a little weird, but I didn't want it to be like directly on top of that because I don't like the stacky vibes. I like the eclectic look. Plus, I could always thrift like a very small knickknack to hang on the wall there. What do we think? I think it's cute. Bring some stuff up there. I definitely need to thrift more stuff to fill it in up there, but I like to thrift it and slowly collect things because I think it looks the best that way. Now I'm excited because we're gonna go work on my little plant shelf. I normally keep this the same throughout the year. I just change a little things. Like at the fall time, I put little fabric pumpkins that I got off of Facebook that someone cross stitched. And for the spring, I have this cutest thrifted teacup. And it's funny, I actually saw it and I was gonna give it as a gift to my friend. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it matches my vibe in my place so much. So I did keep it for myself. And funny enough, still the price tag on it. So if you're wondering, the whole set was $3.50. But look at that gorgeous green. I just love how it shimmers and it has the daintiest little flowers on it. You cannot tell me that is not adorable. It is so beautiful. And it's just like pearl and gold and green. And I just love it. I think it's so cute. I'm not really one to thrift like a lot of like teacups as decor, even though like I do love them, but I just thought it was so beautiful. So I generally put it on this guy here. So we're gonna go in and reorganize the shelf a little. I'm actually surprised that I still have this out here. I generally put it away, but it's a little green mushroom. You're supposed to propagate plants in it. It's just so tiny, so I just leave it as a beautiful glass item. My goal one day is to eventually start reading more and have like stacked books on the bottom. I think that would be so adorable. I actually just finished my summer book. I talked about this like a few vlogs ago that I started reading it. I highly recommend it. I really, really loved the novel. Now, our next course of business is my fireplace. If you saw, I put this up at Christmas time. And yes, I did keep it up because I thought it was warm and cozy in the winter months. And now I'm like, feels weird having a fireplace in here. I'm not going to rip it apart though, because I do want to save it for next year. I'm just going to take it down and maybe put this painting there. I think it's gonna be a little too big. I thrifted it and it's so old, it unfortunately falls right off the wall. I tried a 3M sticky, I tried these sticky tacks, it keeps falling, which sucks because I absolutely love it. And I would just love to be able to see it on my gallery wall a little bit more. Okay, that came off easy-ish, mostly intact. It is a lot of pieces of paper that I painted and taped together. So this is the Josh and I's game cupboard. We also have a lot of games there as well. My hope is that this will fit in here, but I'm pretty sure it's actually too big to go in here. It is. And then I was hoping I could just put it in front too. What are we gonna do? I may rest it on my kitchen table against the wall. We'll come back to that because we are going to decorate the kitchen table. But for now, I think I'm just going to tidy up this little console because now you can see in it. I'm going to go in and add 2 games that we keep in our storage room that didn't fit in here. We recently took out our stereo, so now we have a little bit more free space. So on my TV stand, I actually have vintage books. My grandmother gave them to me. They are all Jane Austen novels and they're all different colors, which I absolutely love. And there's 6 of them. And I like to change which color is on top depending on the season because they are beautiful. And I just like to give them their own time to shine. Yes, I did try reading one of these and I stopped, okay? Don't get mad at me. So I'm thinking maybe pink because pink feels like spring to me. My birthday's in spring, and there's always like when I grew up outside my bedroom, I had this beautiful flowering pink tree and I loved it. So we're gonna put the pink one on top. Pink is the Emma book. And then I'm also thinking yellow. Yellow is just sunny and happy, and that's Mansfield Park. And maybe orange as well, getting all those bright colors in there. I do yellow and orange also in the fall, so maybe I'll do pink in the middle to brighten it up. Or instead of orange, there's this beautiful light green. Let's do that because that feels like a little fresh. And the buds of the trees, I like that, yes, because trees are always budding in the springtime. So I feel like that, where orange gives more fall vibes. Beautiful. I just love the way it looks. It just adds a little character and charm. This is my kitchen table, and it's fairly boring in the winter months. Christmas time, it's all decorated, and then come the new year, I kind of take everything off because everything is so busy in here, and I just live with it very plain. However, last year, I thrifted the most gorgeous, beautiful pastel gingham tablecloth, and I just think it looks so beautiful on the table. I personally like to do a 50% tablecloth, 50% bare, just so like this area is nice and easy to eat on and you don't always have to move the tablecloth or get it dirty, and then that way the back part can always be beautifully decorated. So we're just gonna go ahead and remove what's on the table right now. Just a napkin holder, which, sad to say, this is from IKEA. I got it many years ago when I was a university student, my first year, and we just bought it. Now there's so many beautiful ones at the thrift store that I wish I could grab. I have these gorgeous beauties, which we will be updating the little candlesticks with, and some thrifted books that I like to keep it on my table. Now for the reveal of this gorgeous cloth. Look at how beautiful this is. I love it so much. It's also a rounded cloth and my table is square, so it just adds a little bit of textural elements. Over time, it will be less wrinkly. It looks so wrinkly right now. And I'm contemplating if I should try ironing it again, but last year I tried ironing it so much and it kind of just stayed wrinkly. And then the heat kind of just like let it go out a little bit, like the warmth in my apartment. So we're just gonna live with it. A book that we're gonna add in is this beautiful purple one. It's bringing out the best in people. Again, I thrifted it. I mainly just thought that the color was gorgeous, and I like to add it to my pre-existing stack just to add in another color. And I do keep the black one out even though I don't love black decor, but I mainly love that it's by Margaret Atwood, which is a Canadian author. I also thrifted these beautiful candlesticks. I was so excited when I saw them in the food store because they are the perfect spring color. Aren't they gorgeous? Like a beautiful sage green, and they just go so well with the gold. So we're gonna take this old white one out and put in this beautiful, oh, I love the height too. I really need to get more of these. I just haven't wanted to spend money on white, and I've been really trying to thrift purple or blue, but thrift stores mainly lately is all white and red. I'm like, I want a fun color. So I just go and place them down, and then as I add things, I tend to move it all around and see kind of what looks best. I also have two little picture frames because who am I without picture frames? One of them I hold very dear to my heart because it is propagated plants or dried out plants from my garden that was in my childhood home that my parents sold last year. Still very devastated by that. I loved my house. We had an absolutely beautiful backyard and my mom had gorgeous gardens. So I put them in here. I have been contemplating changing the background because I don't love the white, but that's just what came in the frame. But I do love the gold and I love that it singles out the different flowers. And this one gives me both spring and fall vibes just because the tones is more fall, but the oranges, mandarins, or clementines, whatever we want to call them, is very springy and it's got a beautiful gold little frame. Lastly, this is a new thing I acquired recently. I was at my parents' house and we were in the basement with my mom and she's like, oh, do you want this candle? I don't want it. I was like, of course, because look at how cute that is. I just thought it screams spring, it's fun, it's colorful, and one, it also smells very good. So I thought it would look really cute on the table. You know what it also kind of reminds me of? Honeycomb vibes. Like, well, obviously it's a bee. I was gonna say like for bees. Also, one of my newest additions is this puzzle Josh and I did. It is Ontario Provincial Parks, which is so fun. It was sadly missing 6 pieces, but it's still beautiful. And I thrifted the frame for it and we hung it up. And I just love that the matting in the frame and the wood matches the puzzle beautifully. I just realized we still have to find a place for this. I'm gonna go see how it looks on the kitchen table. I feel like it's gonna feel like too cluttered on the table, especially because I don't have a lot of blues. It's more like pinks, purples, and greens. I don't know what to do. I love this. I am gonna try to find a frame for it because I feel like that's gonna be the most successful way to hang it on my wall. But it is very hard to find a specific size frame in the thrift store. I don't love it. I don't know where else to put it. I'm thinking, what if we did, my snake plant is not doing well. I don't know why. What if we put it here? No, she completely covers it up. Okay, one of the last places we could do is beside this gorgeous lamp that we got on the Facebook Marketplace a few vlogs ago, because it is blue and it would sit nicely up there. I would just have to move this gorgeous painting. However, this one can go on the wall, so I might have to finally throw it up there. I've been avoiding it because I thought it looked so darling there, and I don't know. But this one, for sure, could sit there, and it matches very well. But is it too blue? Okay, we're gonna live with that there. So I need to find a place for this, and I'm not ready to commit to put it on the wall. I don't know why I don't want it on the wall. I just feel like it is pretty on furniture. Okay, I have an idea. This is pastel-y. And what is our table? Pastel-y. Does it need a third frame? Probably not, but I feel like it would match the most there if we were going to put it somewhere new. What do we think about that? I actually kind of like it because it adds some height, and also there's like yellowish orange, and then this one is so small. Like I said, it both reminds me of spring and fall, so it doesn't necessarily need to go out on the table, and we could probably actually put it beside our little games in the game console because there is an open space in there, and that just might add a little something. The sun is starting to set. It's about 7:45 now. I will pop back in the morning so we can look at all the beautiful decor in the morning light. I know we didn't do a lot. We only add a little few bits and pieces, but I feel like it does lighten and brighten the space up, especially now that we have decor back on my kitchen table. It looks really beautiful. And the addition of my little teacup on the shelf, and of course, the new frame that we added to the gallery wall. I am still very sad that that big, beautiful one cannot go on the wall. However, the blue does match the lamp a lot, so let me know if you think it looks good there and if we should honestly keep it there and also leave that other beautiful vase on the kitchen table. I love to keep my place neutral, I feel like most of the year, or a design that I love and can live with and don't constantly need to change out, because I feel like there's a lot of overconsumption out there, and that's mainly why I thrift too, just to like bring back and give life to old things. However, there are a few things that I love to add in throughout the seasons just to lighten up the place, especially in Canada, having 4 different seasons. I really do love to embrace the different seasons and make it feel a little festive in the home without going crazy and overdoing it.